In today's video, I will be reading an anonymous email, and I'm going to jump right into it. He says, "Hi Ryan, I was far beyond lucky growing up. We were middle class and I never had to worry about anything. I went to private schools and have a loving family. I always knew what I wanted to do growing up, and that was to be a firefighter. I worked hard during high school and was one of the few these days that achieved their dream of being a real firefighter while still in high school. I will tell you what, I was king shit making $9 an hour in high school in 2005 and got to be a complete badass, as I was referred to back then. I soon grew up and realized I wasn't Billy Badass, but instead a normal guy doing what grew to be a normal job to me, as that is all I ever knew. After meeting my wife, who is also a firefighter, we decided we wanted more. The more was full-time career firefighting jobs, so we moved to the Myrtle Beach area where we both fulfilled those dreams. Everything was great. We both had jobs, 2 dogs that we love very much, and had just built a house. Then something bad happened, something that I think about very often. My battalion chief and I had leased some property for deer hunting. Just before opening day, he and I went down and were setting up stands. Long story short, I was in a stand that collapsed. The urgent care, I'm guessing doctor, said it wasn't broken and just a bad sprain. They gave me a script for hydrocodone and crutches and said you will be fine in 3 to 5 days. Well, it didn't get better and I felt something wasn't right. I went to an ortho who told me that I had basically exploded all of my cartilage off of my ankle, and it would require surgery to remove it right away. That sounds like it hurts. Talk about going from nothing to something real quick. Surgery happened, and I was on desk duty for like 3 months, but still had a lot of pain because, well, there isn't a lube in a joint I could use constantly. So the ortho kept me on oxycodone 5-325 for as long as needed. I later went back to full duty and suffered through the pain on shift and took my medication as instructed while off, with no feelings of needing it mentally for a long time. Well, one day that wasn't the case, and I started taking very small doses while on duty. I knew this wasn't a good thing, but I needed help with the pain to get through the day. The ortho referred me to pain management for long-term care, who continued the Oxy 5-325 twice a day. He suggested one day that I should start looking for a new career, as the pain would only get worse. I did just that and somehow convinced my wife that it was a good idea to leave her dream job and move home to Ohio to be with family, as I had landed a sweet job being a safety guy with a trucking company, which I still have. I have got it good, man. Take home truck, good money, and basically my own boss, which means I can work from home whenever I wish. By this point, I'm sure spoiled brat is coming to mind, and don't worry, I know how lucky I am, and don't deserve to be taking your time away from people who probably need you more. When I moved home, I got a general care doctor who recognizes my situation and was willing to prescribe me pain medication. He started with 5-325 twice a day and ended up moving it to 10-325 when he suggested 10 milligram of extended release twice a day. My problem is that I typically run out about 7 days early. Today is the first day of the month without it. And I hate the ups and downs of detox 1 week out of every month. I don't seek it out from illegal sources, but you can bet I'm sitting at the pharmacy on day 30 ready to get it filled. It does help with mental stress from home and work, as it helps me give more of a shit about everything, and I have some very high demands and stress at work on some days. What do I do? Would you get off of it and live in pain all day, every day? Or would you try and find some way to manage things better? Do you have any suggestions of better management? Now, this is tough. This is a tough situation, and I'm getting a lot of emails like this because I opened the door doing videos about this topic. And I'm going to give you an example. All right, it's hard for me to tell you what to do. All right, I don't like telling anybody what to do because I'm not an expert. I'm not a medical expert. I'm not even an addiction expert. I do know a shit ton about the stuff, but I don't have a degree or a label that I can put next to my name. All right. But there was a veteran that I spoke to, and I still speak to this day, that was in the same boat. And he actually got hurt in Afghanistan with an IED, and his body got trashed. Okay. So he was on pain medication from the VA, and a lot of it. But he would still run out too fast. Okay, because he was abusing it. And he admitted to me that he was in legitimate pain. He needed it just to live a normal life. He has trouble getting off the toilet without the pain medication. Like, he needs it. And he just told me that he was abusing it. And what we came up with, more so him, was that his wife held on to his medication. So he never got the medication from the pharmacy. His wife would go get it, and she would hold on to his medication and only give him what he needed. Now, when he used to run out, he would go out in the street and he would cop from people he knew. And this is the situation where it's tough, because the only way that works is if the person who has the issue decides, you know what, I'm not going to take more than I'm supposed to. If you have the willpower and you work on it, and you have somebody to watch your medication, and you're able to not go out in the street and buy more, you're going to be okay. But you have to understand that, hold on a second. So weird, right outside of my house, there's a guy parked, and his horn is just going. He can't stop his horn, so I don't know if you guys heard it. So he just turned off his car, and I'm going to try to get this done before it starts going again. So he was able to give his medication to his wife. She only gave him what he needed, and he was on board, never went out and copped for more. Okay, so the situation with you, if you're able to give your medication to your wife and she administers only what you're supposed to take, it's possible that you could do it. But it's up to you whether you want to live with pain every day or take your medication as prescribed. Okay, it's up to you how you're going to do it. If you believe that you can take only what you're supposed to every day with the help of your wife, there's a good possibility that you'll be okay. All right, so that's my 2 cents on the situation, and yeah, that's pretty much all I can come up with. If anybody has a better idea, you can leave some comments below for this gentleman, and help out any way you can. If you've been in this situation yourself, if you were able to come up with something, please share it. All right. If you'd like to share your story, you can email me at ryan@compsupport.com. In the subject line, put YouTube story, my story. Let me know if you want to use your first or last name or stay anonymous. Continue watching. Leave some love for this man. And if you have suggestions, like I said, leave them below. And check out some more videos. Thank you.